Rocketeers, so welcome again to our exclusive webinar, and this time it's during the BFCM event. Huge welcome. Every deal partner has attended this webinar, and everyone was very happy. And today's webinar is very special because this is a special rerun webinar where we showcase you an amazing deal which came in the month of August on RocketHub, and that was one of the highest selling, most famous, and one of the best form builders we ever had on the platform. And we are very lucky to have them. And the person you see here is the mastermind behind it, it's the creator behind it. So meet Pratik from MakeForms. Pratik, thank you so much for taking your time and again giving your presence on Rocket Hub's webinar. I think we are meeting for the fourth time on the
Yeah.
Rocket Hub's webinar, so people are already, a fan of the tool. And today they're mostly looking forward to what's happening in the MakeForms world and what you folks are on to, which adventures have you embarked upon since the month of September. And we can always also showcase that typeform subscription needs to be cancelled for everyone. And you need to adopt MakeForms because MakeForms has a lot of when it comes to one at a time forms capability and mix it with conditional logic, security, and stuff. That makes it more powerful, and they're here. So, welcome, Pratik. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Karan, for the warm introduction, and it feels good to be back. Uh, it now it feels like second home. This was this this is like this is probably like what fourth year, like we are doing
Yes.
it for the fourth time. Yeah, you're correct. So yeah, I think you gave a very good introduction as to what should people do now, and they should definitely cancel their Typeform subscription. Plus, they should let the world know that their friends and family and clients that who are using Typeform, that they the best alternative has arrived.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think our mission still remains the same, which is creating the most powerful and secure form builder out there. And we cannot do anything that we have to be on our mission. Few updates that I have as to what we've done. So there are definitely few things here and there which we keep on updating on our roadmap. But some major things, that few decisions that have been taken out of this. The first one, the most important one, is giving the users power to choose the data center on workspace level. So right now, what is happening is that you have to, when you create your account, you have to select whether you want to have your account in EU or US. Going forward, we will be giving our users the ability to select the data center when they create the workspace. So today you might have your account in US, but going forward you can still have your account in US, and you can decide to have a workspace in EU. However, that being said, this is a decision that has been taken, and this seems like a very big overhaul. So it's going to take about 4 to 5 months to get this implementation done, because this is like a very big change
Yeah.
within big forms. But we also understand that because tomorrow we might come up with more data centers, like we might come up with, let's say, in Australia, in Singapore, and if we have 10 different data centers at one point in time, then it will be, like, we really do not expect our users to create 10 different accounts. So this is a major decision that empowers our user. The second thing that we are doing is we are bringing in two more data centers. one in Asia, Southeast Asia. The another one is in the Pacific. Which country is yet to be determined, but in by the start of 2024, we are definitely doing that. Another important thing that we are doing is we are working hard on our WordPress plugin.
Got it.
The reason to do this is because we all know that whenever you use a WordPress form builder, that form builder stores your data in your WordPress website. So today, let's say if you want to change your CMS, uh, then in that particular case, your data is also needs to be changed. Okay. On top of that, with WordPress, you are always, like WordPress is known for being a little vulnerable. And if you have a plugin that is compromised, then it takes everything with it. And we know this very well. So data security and is something which is of utmost importance. So when you bring in MakeForms inside WordPress, number one, you are not CMS agnostic. So if you're moving from, let's say, WordPress to something else, you still have all your data on MakeForms. And the second thing is that MakeForms is storing all the data. It's not being stored on your WordPress website. So you really do not have to worry about the security of the data. So WordPress plugin is coming in Q1 2024. We are doing some end moment testing internally to make sure that everything's perfect. And now I think the most important thing is that we are launching is the one at a time experience. So initially we used to have the one at a time template, and it was very limited. So people really did not have the one at a time building experience, like the form
It was
build.
hidden inside.
We were like we were just kind of doing it. It's like, in India we have this thing where we say "chup chup ke pyar karna" kind of thing. Like you build your love story, uh, away from your parents, and
Yeah.
yes, in you maintain that secrecy. So it's like the relationship was secret. Now we are full blown. We're getting into what do you say, public, and we are saying that this is what we've done.
Yep.
And so this is the landing page that I'm actually working on right now, where I'm saying that this is the only typeform alternative that you will ever need. And what we're doing is we're literally showing people that, okay, this is like a use case where we are showing people that, okay, you're going to save about $4,200 per year by switching to MakeForms. And the best part is this form is built using MakeForms and not Typeform. And
Good.
that's exactly what we are trying to, what we'll be writing here, which is this form was created using MakeForms and not Typeform. So, and I think one reason we are doing this, we've got nothing against Typeform, like we love them, because they've given the world. I think if we talk about the forms and the beautification and the justice that the form deserves, I think Typeform is a company that has actually done that. Like that's the only company
Mm.
that's actually given the justice that forms deserve.
Yep.
But like as a business for us, it's very important to ensure that we make the form builders efficient, affordable, and like today, if you go, like I'm opening an into incognito window. Today, if you go on Google and if you search why is type form, the first thing that comes up, it's so expensive. Okay, we did our research, and then people literally have got Reddit is going crazy after it. Like there are articles that says that the market needs an affordable type alternative to type form.
Mm.
So we understood that this is the space that needs innovation. Second, if you search today, let's say, and actually, even I didn't knew this that this is a problem. So Let me actually straight and jump to
Correct.
creating.
Let's show people how this all works. We
So
can even
now,
take an example from Typeform and kind of have fun form created.
so over here now, initially when you used to create a form, there were there was just one option of standard form. So now you get two different options. Like, will you like to create a standard form or one at a time? And I would say okay, one at a time, and we'd write RocketHub webinar. Okay. Now you see this. Now you have the entire form. You literally have the editing experience that Typeform offered. Now I will tell you one thing that, not one thing, but many things while we are discussing this. So what we've done is that we have the welcome screen, we have the form, and we have the thank you. Now, if let's say you feel that like editing, you first just want to fill in all the fields, and once you've filled in all the fields, then you want to, because over here the experience is a little like it takes a little longer because you have to click plus, then this thing comes up, then you add this. So what you can do is you can go into the form settings, you can just turn off enable one field at a time, and you can now see you can just add all the fields that you want to add, and boom, done. So now you go back to your one at a time editing experience. You've got all your fields. So now you start configuring this. So let's say I will write your name.
And even I saw in the new UI that you can add the fields and there's a completely new window which opens up, right? To add a
Uh,
field, there's the experience has changed. Yeah,
so this is only for one at a time.
correct. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is very, good. It's everything is like categorized.
Yeah. This is where we've categorized. Yeah, we've done that. So if you see the question group thing, which is a very typeform specific stuff, so that is also there's something that we have. So now you can have question groups, similar to typeform, and I can write your details. But before I jump to that, okay, let me show you the things that you
Hmm.
can do with make forms while paying, while having like 10 times the number of submissions. Plus, you get many things more than typeform. So sorry, let's get into the typeform editing experience.
Sure.
Okay, so now here, if you see, now let's say you've got this particular. Now let me change the design. Okay, so let's say today you have this field. I will just a short text. Okay, over here now, let's say you want to change this thing that says type your answer here. Now
Hmm.
that let's just imagine this use case that you are building a form in Spanish. Again, you want to change this. You cannot. There is no way you can change this placeholder value. And it's not that I'm just bluffing it, but we can literally go, we can search on Google, change placeholder value type form. Okay. Now I'll just go in here. Um, and if you read this thing, okay, uh, people are literally saying that we also cannot find that change placeholder of contact form. We are Korean user of your service, so our users often leave after saying the name of Jane. Okay, they literally want to have that placeholder in Korean, and this guy cannot do that. Just imagine building, doing all this thing, and literally missing out on that one thing. And now here, it's very easy. You can just go inside. Your name comes here. The second thing, let's say in type form, first of all, they won't show you that there is a button, but when you preview, uh, there comes in a button.
Hmm.
First thing, you're gonna change the button text. You cannot do that.
Correct.
Over here, what we've done is we've given you an option. You can just change that to continue. So at every step, we are giving you, and then you can literally do it uh, for every single question that you have. You can change value for every button. So again, this is what we've believed in, is giving the power and hand off our users, letting them decide what they want to do. Because we strongly believe that power is two-sided. I cannot hold on all the power and then let the user, be in a place where they literally, like, if you see that thing about that placeholder thing, this is almost a year ago. Like, people have literally discussed this at length.
So
Okay.
like typeform is not like checking this out and making changes.
Yes, no, now even if they want to do it, it's going to take them ages, because now they will have to think a lot. But
Mm.
this is what I'm talking about. Now let's come to one more thing, which is multilingual forms. Okay. And you will literally be laughing at the way typeform says. I will say multilingual forms typeform. Even in their own what do you say, title, the title says workaround. It
Okay, so
literally
they
says
haven't they
workaround.
haven't fixed it. Okay, so it's just
So
a
even they themselves
shortcut.
tell that this is a workaround. Now, even if you see the kind of workaround that they have, it's really miserable to see what they're suggesting. So now what they're saying is that right now you can set only one language for type form. But now if you want to have two type forms, what you will do is you will use logic to direct your respondents to a different question set. So this literally what they're trying to say is that if you are today creating a form and you have two languages and you have 10 fields, what you will be doing is I can even actually show you how does that work.
Let's
So
do it. Let's go.
yeah, so in typeform, first of all, what you'll do is you will add a and one more thing, like typeform just says multiple choice. They don't have anything called a single choice. So here what you will do is you will say select your language. Okay. And now here you would say, okay, English and Spanish. Okay. So you will do this. Now, next, what you will do is you will add, let's remove this. I guess so. I'll just add two fields for the time. So now I will just write name in English and then name in Spanish. Now, just because I want them to, and then for every field, I will create two different fields, name English, name Spanish. Similarly, if we want to have email address, we'll have email address in English, we'll have email address in Spanish. And now it's my job to go into the logic. And now here I would say, okay, so now let's create one more. Yeah, let's do this. Actually, let's do it everything. Sorry about this.
Yep, no worries.
So now what we'll do is we'll create an email address. Email. We'll say email in Spanish, and then we'll also duplicate this and we'll say in English for now. So now I'll go into the logic and I will say, okay, so over here, I will take this guys to Spanish, and if they select Spanish, I will do this. And now it's my job to actually connect everyone. See this?
Mm.
And over here it says, and I'll have to do is, so now for every thing that I do, I have to, so let's say if I have 4 languages and 10 different fields, I have to create 40 fields, and now I have to do this thing. Just imagine. Now come back to MakeForms. You go in here, you just turn on the Spanish, you just click on edit, and you say, tu nome. And now you can literally change not just the, what do you say? You can literally change everything on that form, including the placeholder, including the button, every damn thing on that form changes. So now you go to the design tab, you go in here, you change this to Spanish, boom, everything changed. This has to be so freaking simple, but someone, the product, and you need to understand, we don't even have any product manager in house. This is just us randomly thinking, okay, this is wrong, this needs to change. So so I used to make this statement. I used to tell people that the form ecosystem is broken, and people used to say, oh, this is a bold statement. And I was like, yeah, this might be a bold statement, but if I tell you, if I show you the kind of problems that that the form ecosystem has, and the kind of solutions that we are bringing, will just make you thinking that we are doing something really very different. My video is not there, right? So
Yep. Yeah.
I'll just rejoin just a second.
Sure.
Oh,
Yep.
I
Can
don't
see it.
know, but for some reason, it was trying to use my iPhone.
Yeah, it does it.
Yeah,
If you do it like this, it will start showcasing it on the
yeah.
Mac.
Yeah, thank you. So now when I used to tell people that the form ecosystem is broken, this is what I exactly meant to say. That it is broken, and these are the kind of issues that people have every day, and this is what we're trying to solve. Another thing, today, if you go to the Typeform's pricing page, and if you say that, okay, I need to be GDPR compliant, it's literally written on their website that you get GDPR compliance only if you go with enterprise plan.
Money.
Only. And now we need to understand that it's, so let's say if they do it for HIPAA for enterprise, I am in for that, because HIPAA is a very specific act that is for the US healthcare, but GDPR is for the EU citizens. This literally means that if you have any of the basic retail plans, it's they can say that it's not GDPR compliant. So now you can imagine that when I say that we are the most secure, we are privacy and security focused form builder, I literally mean it, because I have seen that there is a problem in the ecosystem. People are literally trying to mint money out of the whole compliance game. And that too, after giving these kind of products to the people, wherein they just have to do all the hard work. So you are doing the hard work. It's Typeform who should be paying you for making you work this hard, but you are paying them shit ton of money for doing these things. And if you see other things like today, and what we've done, is and again, you cannot host typeform on your own domain, a big thing. And now if you are using typeform, you cannot use one at a time. But with MakeForms, completely
Well,
your thing. Like decide what you want. Like one at a time, well, go ahead. It's all yours. Yeah, but just imagine not allowing the users to change the button text, the placeholder text. It's so bad. So this is what we were thinking that we'd just not do it so openly, but then we literally saw that this is how it is. Then this needs to change. And if you were to go in and if you had to do the logic in typeform, you just go crazy because it's all about the workflow. So if you ask a normal person who just wants to do a basic if and else, you cannot do it. You have to go into the logic, and boom, this entire thing comes up. So now you have to be like an engineer to build this entire thing. Yeah, and then you have to decide the flow. But if you see this with make forms, it's so simple. All you have to do is just select and go ahead. And I'll show you the form that we literally built right now with make forms. We are building this typeform alternative page. What we've done is we are trying to, and I did not even say that the kind of pricing they have, it's so predatory. Like you first of all you pay them $29, and for $29 you just get 100 responses. That's it. So if you go to I actually got this at some free for free due to some kind of a membership that I had with a company. So if you go and if you check the pricing, oh, where is that? Okay, so you go to the basic plan, you just get 100 responses. Now they tell you, okay, you decide how many responses you want to have, and for $29 you can have just 750 responses. The moment you are at $750, boom, done. Now let's go to the plus plan. Okay, so you go to the plus plan, that stops you at 2500 responses. Done. Go to the next plan, $100. That goes you only up to 50,000 responses. Now come back to make forms, and if you see our pricing, uh, it's like the first one, the basic plan that we have, the $29 one, it gives you 5,000 responses. Okay, then $69 plan takes you all the way to 15,000 responses, and then 149 takes you all the way to 150,000 responses. So this,
10x.
yeah, this would have been very easy for us to build. But now when we went in and we checked their pricing and we had to create a comparison calculator, I was like, wow, we'll have to now build this. Like there are so many permutation and combinations, and but make forms is so powerful that if you see the logics that we have, so what we've done is that here we have, you select the number of responses, and then you select, do you want to publish the form on your own domain? The moment you select yes, we literally change the typeforms plan to enterprise plan, and the change the typeform pricing to $2,000 per month. So first of all, we did this wherein we said that, okay, if these are the response numbers, then you set the make forms plan value. We did this. Then for typeform, we did all those math. And now this is where we set the plan cost for make forms and typeform. Then all of these conditions we had to write, because typeform literally came up with this thing wherein they said, oh, we are going to charge people for every damn response they get. And these are all the things that we wrote. So what we've done is we are setting the make forms plan, and now we are using this literally as a variable. So what we are doing is we are hiding all these options like till here. So this is like the make forms plan cost, the type form plan. Then there is an additional cost for the type form responses. Then this calculates the make forms total cost. Then it calculates the type form total cost, which is like typeform basic plan cost plus extra responses cost. Finally, there is a savings that's happening. So we say that typeform total cost minus the make forms total cost into 12. And then finally, we are just saying that how much you will save with using MakeForms. But you can see that we are using so many fields. But when we are kind of showing it here, what we are telling our user is just select the number of responses, press OK, and click on calculate savings, and we will show you something like this. Again, with typeform, you cannot build this level of complicated calculator. So we are literally using MakeForms to show people that you will how much you will be saving using MakeForms over typeform in the typeform layout, while having the option to literally uh, change your language on the fly. So this
Man,
is
it's even faster than typeform. Like you see the transition between the next field.
yeah.
I've seen that typeform has a break, and then like you have to wait. It kind of
Yeah.
blinks the submit button, and then it moves to the next. But here it's like quick. You keep. So that's good. Amazing.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing that we are trying to understand that what pain point people have, and then we
Mhm.
are building on top of it. Because if I'm out there and if I'm just trying to build another form builder without trying to understand what kind of problems people are facing, then we just end up building just one more form too. And that's exactly something that we did not want to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Great. We have a question, and everyone, please put your questions in the Q&A box because that's an interesting discussion. Um, and Pratik, apart from, of course, Typeform we have covered, which is again the biggest update since you launched. So let's show people other enhancements and updates which came into the picture. For example, the payments thing, which was requested by everyone. And if we can then have, let's say, take a Typeform kind of a example and build the same thing inside um, make form, just one form and then just copy it inside. So we can showcase like, the exact, and of course, people can then grab it from RocketHub. So people are very much interested to see the payments and the, whole form building experience, which a lot of them missed because I think many of them are new to make forms. We can showcase them the whole experience
Yeah.
and then we can take it from there.
Yeah. So the one most important thing that we launched recently is the ability to actually remove the report abuse link. So the moment you go to your profile page and you check, there's something called a secondary verification. So you will have to do the KYC verification, which takes literally 2 minutes. And once you do that, the report abuse link that used to come in the bottom will be removed. Okay, so that's one major upgrade because lots of our users requested that they don't want to have the report abuse link, so that's done. Now, coming back to payments, so here in the integrations, you have to go to settings and then integrations, and you have something called as payments. So you go in and what you'll do is you'll add a new connection. And then here you will, so for now we have Stripe, which is live. Molly, Square, and Razorpay is something that's under development, and we estimate them to go live by the end of this month. So then you will have the mode like you can bring in your sandbox if you want to do the testing, or you can bring in a production. You will enter the name and a common name that you might want to give to this payment gateway. You will select the default currency. So if you select this, then when you do your setup inside the form, this will be the default currency selected. If not, this is not necessary. You can actually set it up again inside. Then this is the key that you will have to bring in from your Stripe account. So you can see that I have already set up my Stripe account here. So I will quickly go inside. I'll create a form. I'll say, let's say bookstore, for example. Okay, I'll just add options, single choice. All right. book type. I write ebook, paperback. For ebook, I'll write $25. For paperback, I'll write $50. Black and white, and I'll write full color. And this will do $10, and this will do $15. And now what we'll do is we'll add a number field, and here we'll say book type cost. We'll add one more number field. We'll say color cost, and then we'll add finally a calculated field, and here we'd say final cost, and just what we'll do is we'll add the book type cost plus the color cost. Now what we'll do is we'll just hide all of these three fields, 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll just pull up another paragraph text, and here we'll write you pay, and then I just write the final cost, and we'll just write dollars, and then we'll just right align this. So now and for this, what we'll do is we'll select the default values. Now we'll just go into the logic. We'll write a logic. We'll say book cost setup. We'll say if this is ebook, change the value of book type cost to $25, or else change the value of book type cost to $50. We'll just duplicate this. We'll just go color cost setup, and we'll say if the color contains any value black and white, change the cost of color to $10, or else just keep it what was that, $15. Okay. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Sorry about that. So now we'll just go to the design tab, and we'll see if this is working perfectly. So this is $25 plus $10, $35. Change this to full color. This is $40. We change this to paperback. It's 40, 50 plus 15, $65. So we're good. So this is all everything set up. Now I'll just go. I'll write here checkout. I'll just right align this. Now what we'll do is we'll go into the form settings. We'll enable payments. The moment you enable payments, you will see something called as payments here. You go in here, you select your Stripe connection, you select the currency. Since we have had set US dollars there, it's by default here. Now here in the amount, it gives you an option to select either a flat fee or copy the value from a different field. So we'll select dynamic field inserted into a field, and here we would say final cost. Now this is the payment description, so I would say book order, and the configuration is done. We'll just publish this form. Now we'll go here. We'll say this, and I'll just check out. And you'll see that this $40 will be taken over to Stripe.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This is a test, so. Okay, so in India, you need to actually put in a INR transaction. So
got it. So you change the currency.
Yeah, I'll just change the currency. In the thank you, what we'll do is we'll just delete this, and here we can add the payment status. So here you can even change the value. We have received your payment, and here you can, oops, there was an issue with the payment. I'll quickly go here. I'll change this to Indian rupee. close this, republish this.
Awesome.
Mm. No, so now I'm just trying to do this again. Try this. It's processed. It comes back. We say we have received your payment. This is the transaction ID. We go in here. We can see that there were two things. Like this was the one, and here it says that this is the status, and you have it. Like this is the status is unknown because we canceled that transaction. So it's this simple to actually create. Yeah. So one at a payment form payments will also work on one at a time forms. And no, right now we have not yet started for subscriptions. For subscriptions, what we are going to do is we are going to provide support for Paddle, Fast Spring, and Lemon Squeezy, which are the most known for their like helping the SaaS companies with the subscription business. And if you ask me personally, then I would always recommend to if you are selling subscriptions, always go through the merchant on record, because these days all the countries have very stringent laws when it comes to accepting subscription payments. Like governments really have very complicated sales tax acts. So if you are ever using subscriptions, you want to do subscriptions, please always use Paddle, Fast Spring, or Lemon Squeezy. And my preference is in the same order. Go for Paddle if you cannot. Like Paddle is the best, 5% and all good. Fast Spring is my second option. The third option would definitely be Lemon Squeezy.
Got it.
Yeah, so these are the few things that we've done.
And what about Razorpay? What are those guys saying?
Razorpay. So Razorpay is coming to MakeForms.
I know they might be the hardest to deal with.
Not really,
That's
because
fine.
yeah, because Razorpay, but now again, like here is where MakeForms is going to be a savior. Because today, if you want, like in Typeform only supports Stripe for payments, so you're locked. But now with MakeForms, you have Typeform interface and you have all those different kinds of payment gateways that we would be bringing in. So this is all that I think. Then one more thing that we launched form portals. So these form portals is something very interesting, and I feel that this is really so good for those kind of departments that within a company that have so many different kinds of forms to fill up. They can literally create a form portal and list out all the forms, and then you can either have a QR code or you can literally take people to that form. So this is like the most amazing. And believe me, no one else has this feature actually.
Yeah, and I see the button there, WhatsApp support. So is it that people can click and like
So you can literally add any kind of
have,
button that you
have a
want.
URL?
So you can
Okay.
edit your form portal, and here you can add more buttons. Like you can add up to 2 buttons. So if you, let's say, want to write an email support.
And can this like the whole form portal can this be pixeled? Can you add a custom script on the portal itself?
Not yet. So with MakeForms, I think we would probably always try to keep it very secure. And this is to ensure again the privacy and security, because you
Got
might bring in a pixel, and that pixel might do some damage to you. Pixel tracking is you might bring in a script, and that script might do some kind of a damage. So we would
got
definitely want to avoid that, and so we would always be very like
I know that might be misused.
Yeah, we would always be very much, careful
Cautious.
about very cautious about allowing any kind of third party scripts on anything that's make forms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then there's a can make form see the information that is uploaded to Persona for second verification? Yes, we can. And this is actually very necessary for us because I can literally show you so many requests that I get for report abuse, and people use forms for phishing. But we really did not go in and misuse any of those data. And again, like for us, any vendor that we use must be compliant. So the reason it took us this much amount of time was because we were looking for a KYC verification service that is SOC 2 ISO GDPR compliant, and we found out that Persona is the only one that has this level of like security and privacy, and so we opted in. The simple answer is yes, we can see that, and then any company that does KYC can see your information. So uh, I don't think that you should be worried about it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think there's a question about
The
the hyperlink, be inserted into the field name or description.
do, sorry, which one?
Can a hyperlink be inserted into the field name or any description of the field, like in the labels?
Thank you.
In the field, can you like add a hyperlink,
No, you can.
like hey, click here, stuff like that. You know,
So
anchored to. Yeah.
I think in the yeah, so here you cannot do that. So here you can only do a name calling, like you can literally call the field above you.
Hmm.
But if you are using a paragraph text, so let's say you're using a paragraph text here, and you're saying that this is an example of hyperlinking, and then you can just hyperlink this. So this should most of the time do the work. So yeah, because then this can take you to places, but you cannot do it in the label. You'll have to add a what do you say, another paragraph
Uh,
text field for that.
Great. Um, yeah, this works. I think this should be easy to create in terms of like in the form. This fine. You shouldn't be having anything on the you know
Is
on
actually
the even
yeah
description. I think because that might be a security thing because anyone who sends it, they might click and you know
yeah.
send it
So
to
yeah,
somewhere
and
it shouldn't.
I think Sina is a power user. Sina
Hmm.
says that for legal field and GDPR agreement you can do that. So even
Hmm. Yeah.
I did not
If you have to check terms and check terms and privacy, you can
yeah.
link it to that.
So do you agree to the terms and conditions? And then here you can just go
Yeah.
in and you can actually hyperlink them.
Yep.
Yeah. And similarly, you can add a GDPR agreement field. And here the user must always agree. I agree to the terms and conditions, and then they just
Hmm.
and then I'm not sure if anyone has do that, but this is probably the field that I love the most, and I always flex about it a lot. So, so this is something like wherein you have something called as show legal consent, and then let's say we bring in Lipson, some dummy text for now,
Hmm.
and I'll just put in all this field. And let's add some couple of more. Now there's something called as enforced reading. Okay, so this thing is so dear to me because uh like there are times when you literally are made to force to scroll through the entire legal
Hmm.
content. Right now, if you see, you cannot select this. So you
Yeah,
have,
until unless you read all of it,
yeah,
right?
you have to scroll all the way
And
to the top,
scroll.
and then only
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
correct.
No, no
Yep. Yeah, this is very, very much. I think this is very good for people who just
Yeah.
don't even check out what's written.
Yeah. And now
So in
there
a
is,
way, that's even protecting them
yeah. Yeah. We've
and
gone
your own
one step
interests.
ahead and we've told that this has to be mandatory acceptance. So now the person cannot say, I don't accept. They literally have to go in and they
It's
like,
like it's
I
like
heard,
Google and Apple, right? If you don't accept, you don't.
so you must
even
select,
even if you don't agree.
yeah, you must select, I accept to proceed. So this enforces, things like, because today you can be using like anything like type form or jot form, but you cannot force that the user must select. And now these are, like, these are the things, type of things that we strongly feel that this is very basic, like if you are doing an onboarding in your company, this is very basic thing that you need, but no form builder does that actually.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we'll take some final questions.
sure.
Uh, from from Khagat. He says, how can I create a risk appetite questionnaire form which in the end allocates the user in their risk profile? This form will be used by a wealth management firm.
So what I'd suggest, Khalid, is please, so calculators, like, you can build very basic calculator, then you can go all the way out and you can literally create an extremely complicated calculator, like literally the one that I have shown for make forms versus type form. There were so many conditions. So Khalid, please reach out to us at support@makeforms.io. Give us the formulas and everything. We'll just go through it, take some time, probably 3 to 4 days, come back to you with the form. And the best thing about make forms is that today we can go ahead and we can actually share the forms with our users by just downloading the .mf file. So Khalid,
Hmm,
please send me the details. I'll just see what best I can do, and I'll send you the .mf file.
awesome, awesome. All right. So I think there's a one question left. I think, but if you already answered it, from CRG says, can you filter the form entries by payment status, paid and unpaid?
Not really. Right now, it's not the case. In fact, we are going to. So few of these things like the logic, the payments,
Hmm.
we strongly feel that the UI needs to improve. So we are going to work on that. But one small thing that we are working on at right now in MakeForms is something called as data pilot. So we are building an AI data pilot actually. So what this will do is that today, let's say you have 10, 15 different forms, okay? And let's say you're doing quite some entries, like one form has, let's say, 2,000, 5,000 entries. And now we already have something called as business intelligence view, but you cannot talk to that view in natural language. So what we are doing is that we are working on this technology wherein you will get an interface wherein you just go out and you ask them. Let's say today I have a form where I am asking people the kind of food they love and what kind of country would they want to visit. So today I want to, let's say, ask in normal language and tell that what percentage of people who would like to visit France would love to have Indian food. Okay, so right now it's not possible, but then this data pilot will literally go into the data, scan through the data, come back to you and give you the exact numbers. We are trying this in-house. We've already achieved good amount of uh, you know uh, things with it. Like we literally asked the AI data pilot on some of our data where we told them that, is it true that the people who love Indian food also love Mexican food? And if it's true, then what percentage of that it is? It came back to us and it said that, yeah, it is true. And it's almost 50% of people who love Indian food also love Mexican food. So we feel that the game really does not stop at data collecting, but also how you manage the data. So these are the things that we are going to work on very aggressively. Um, Actually, that's what we are going to do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Brett's asking, is this the last lifetime deal? Could you describe the affiliate program in the future? Should we promote this fantastic software?
Sure. So, this is, yes, this is
Yes.
the last lifetime deal. We probably never come back unless and until Charlie finds out a way to convince me, just like he did it right now. And yeah, we have an affiliate program. We already have, so you can just go to makeforms.io/affiliates. I'll just paste the link for everyone. To everyone. So feel free to join our affiliate program, and we have 30% of recurring commission.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's huge.
yeah, it is huge, and we want each one of you to talk to at least few people whom you know are using Typeform, and refer them to us, and we'd be
Yeah,
happy to give you back something.
amazing. Awesome. I think yeah, that's a great overview of overall the type form thing. And then you showcase the payments aspect, which is amazing. I really liked it. It's good. And the small details, the language thing, that will change the whole game. And I think a lot of people, Typeform has been the pioneer of one at a time forms. But I think when you mentioned about that, users need more, right? They're complaining in the uh, forum, and
Mm-hmm.
no one's taking care of it. So you heard them, and the company which should have, they didn't. So I think that's where you see that um, should kind of consider make forms, and it's on RocketHub right now. Go ahead and grab your code. Otherwise, you would have to buy it at a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
But jump on the bandwagon right now. And the code is still active for MakeForms Black Friday 20. So just use that code on checkout. And we have one more question. So can you
So,
please talk a little about backup and redundancies in place for the platform?
okay. So we have real-time backups that happen on MakeForms. Plus all the data that we have, it is always encrypted at rest. Plus it's encrypted in transit. Now, when we talk about redundancies, right now we do understand that there is a small problem that if the make so let me explain you how make forms work. So there are two different things. Number one, the MakeForms application. It is being hosted on a completely different infrastructure. And then there is the another infrastructure where the data is stored. So right now, what's happening is that your forms are being served through infrastructure one. And let's say if the infrastructure one goes down, there is a chance that there would be like you can have a data loss, because the form rendering engine, the form creation engine, the form data transmission engine is all on server one. What we are trying to do now is that we are trying to remove this particular thing of data storage APIs away from this entire server, and we are trying to put it on an edge cloud, so that even if makeforms.io goes down, your forms still get rendered, and then like your data still goes back to our database. So if the form creation engine or the form creation server goes down, it's got nothing to do with a form data collection engine, because that will be completely different. And this is something that's already on work under progress, and it will go live somewhere in the Q1 2024. So yes, we do accept that there can be a redundancy, and we are completely aware of this. And if you see the historical data, we literally have very good uptimes. We've not gone down a lot. It was sometime like wherein our server provider did run an update without informing us, and we've already taken care of that with them.
Correct. So anything's happening, it's third party. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
So MakeForms is always active for you. Awesome, awesome. That's good. Okay, thanks, Pratik. I think everyone's questions being taken care of. Everyone's loving it, and you all know what to do. If you haven't grabbed MakeForms, go ahead on RocketHub and do it now. Pratik, thank you so much.
thank
Anything you would have, like to say to the people, because a lot of other folks will be seeing this after this, right, when the replay is happening. So, what would you like to say to our audience right now and people who would watch it later?
I would say the first thing, make forms great again. Yeah. The second thing that I would say is that keep on bringing in all those things that you want to, because we are listening to everyone very actively. We know what we are doing, and
Mhm.
just I would say we are trying to just be there. And I love the way the community has been engaging, providing feedback. And I think with this and we yeah, and today I would also take the moment to actually let people, we've got 5 minutes, right, Karan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's give everyone a teaser of what's baking in at Make Forms, at Make overall. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what's coming up new. The Make Stories, which is my first product. So uh so this is what we are baking in for last like 6 months.
And
So
for everyone who doesn't know, Make Stories, every other web story you see on Google or anywhere else, the
yeah.
best created, it has been created by Make Story. It's the only one
Hmm.
and the best in the world. So
Yeah, so
anywhere you see GQ or BMW or any big companies,
yeah,
they're using this. All
yeah.
right.
So
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 yeah.
we are moving from web story only to a vertical video creation platform, which also
Mm.
does your web story. So we were trying to understand the generative AI space, and it seems that you can not have AI do everything. So we are saying that we are launching our own AGI, and this AGI does not mean the AGI that people are talking about, but this is an assistive generative AI. So here you start with like, okay, so you would tell what kind of number of slides you want to have. You can select the language. So let's say I would write how to what is typeform. Let's say let's try let AI do this, and then we can also put in voiceover. So you can decide that, okay, what kind of voiceover do you want. Now the AI will generate the ideas for you. And now this is, like, this is the content that it has generated: 5 amazing ways typeform can transform your online interactions. So it will bring in all your content for you slide by slide. uh, and like, it takes a little bit of time to generate those ideas, because it's coming back from AI. It's trying to generate all those things, and it can generate content in like almost 20 plus languages. So this is what we've been working on right now. And Yeah, and then once you do this, you can also go in and use this entire thing. So we are launching this. Yeah, so now you can see that here we've got this. So you can just click preview and proceed. So now it has created everything for you.
Wow.
And now you can just go in and you can create a story. So now what it's doing is that the moment you've selected which idea do you want to go ahead with, and you say, okay, create the story for me. So now it will generate voiceovers for each slide, and it will also create the subtitles for every slide by default. So so this is what
This is good.
we've been working on. I'm not sure Charlie has been Charlie, and there are a couple of other LTD platforms. They've been trying to convince me to bring Make Stories to.
Right, right now we have audience right now in the comment section and Q&A section saying, I'm not sure you can answer this on the field, but can you bring mixed with activity?
Yeah, so then like now if you let me complete the demo. So this is done like now you can see that the moment
5 amazing ways Typeform can transform your online interactions.
So we
Typeform sleek designs captivate users.
So now you can click here, and here is your captions. You can go in, you can change the caption styles. So now you will see that
Typeform sleek designs captivate users, ensuring memorable interaction.
Yeah, so you go in here, you can change the appearance, you can change the font, you can change the colors, everything. And now if you want to also go one step down, you can let the AI generate your image for you. So this is like the new thing that we've been working on. So if you guys
Man, let's do it. I'm
yeah
saying let's make a wow right now on
yeah
this.
so yeah,
It's being recorded.
yeah so
So if we have 10 people say right now on the chat that you want Make Stories ITD, we'll kind of make it happen with Pratik next year. But you have to comment right now that you want Make Stories ITD. Write it in the comments.
yeah. So you guys really don't have to worry about us, because we are literally I would say we come back from the like both I and Karan come from the business communities in India. Business is in our blood. We're not
Yep.
gonna screw up like the other LTDs that's happening right now. It's so sad. And I always tell Karan and Charlie one thing, is that if everything else is the gold standard LTD, then we are gonna be the platinum standard LTD. So maybe it may be platinum standard form builder, platinum standard story creation, video tool. So we're just here to stay. We have skin in the game. So yeah. So you're investing in a company that literally is very stable company. So you don't have to worry when you invest with us. So that's it. I think that's all that I've got to say to people. I think there was one question. What did Brett say? I'm not sure. Is it possible to get an LTD for mixed? I don't have any now, but want to support it. Definitely. We'd do that. If Charlie just has to convince me that a lot of people want him. So I think Charlie is here too.
He's there.
Uh,
He's in the comments. If
yeah,
you do you want it do you want him right now
I think
on the guide?
yeah, we can bring in Charlie, because Charlie is the man of the this year. He's got like he is the star of the LTD community, because he's got founders like us who are not like he is probably won the best LTD platform of 2024.
I'll invite him. I'll see if he joins.
Yeah.
Okay. He might.
Yeah. So
I'm here.
yeah, Charlie on demand.
Yep. I typically sit with the crowd, with my people. Just like just like them, I like to be in the crowd and ask questions and see what's going on, and let you guys do the talking. If you ask them, they would say I talk too much.
Yeah. So this was the thing, like,
So if you notice, right, Charlie's comments have more reactions than the post itself.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, but I think this is what the LTD community need. No, so this is like while I'm talking, we have this. Like, I was literally just opening Facebook, and we're like, which is the most trusted SaaS LTD platform in your opinion? And we've got RocketHub at 31%, just second to AppSimo.
You have to vote. Just click on that.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna click on this. So now we are at 33%.
Well, hey, there's a whole bunch of people here. If you haven't voted on that poll, you better vote.
Yeah.
I'll just copy this link to this post.
Yeah,
And
go paste in the chat. Let's see if people vote. Go ahead and vote for us.
yeah, go and vote for Charlie. Charlie to the moon. No,
More like
Rocket,
Rocketeers to the
Rocket,
moon.
yeah, Rocketeers
Yeah.
and Rocket up to the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it was a great webinar. Thanks, Karan, for having me on this webinar again, and thanks, Charlie, for bringing us back to the community and seeing that they all love what we're doing. Oh yeah, and one more big update that we're gonna do, and this is something that I wanted to share with you. So right now, if you see that if you go into the sources and you click on embed your form and you do the JS embed, it brings in everything like the this thing, and then the padding, margin, and we did our research, and it seems that people really don't need them. So what we are going to do next is that we are gonna the moment you do a JS embed, we are gonna remove everything, and we are going to bring in just the form. So it's only the form that goes in, and not all the other things that are not needed. They won't come in. So this is the new kind of JS embed that we are working on right now.
That's good. Awesome.
Cool. So that is it, guys. I think I'll just copy this link and paste it so we can all take RocketHub to the moon.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you so much for pasting it in the comments.
All right.
Chat. Let's do it.
Good night, good morning, good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.